Tyler Herro, 24 hours after setting a career high with 35 points and a win in Oklahoma City, sets a new career high with 41 points and a win against the Rockets in Houston. The Heat hold on to win 111 to 108 against the Rockets, needing Tyler Herro's scoring, Jimmy Butler's all-around performance, all of them to do it, with Bam Adebayo and Kyle Lowry sidelined for the night. Herro scored 17 in the first quarter. He had 25 at halftime. He finished with 41. He tied a Heat franchise record with 10 made threes. Those threes were more than the entire Rockets made tonight. The entire Rockets team didn't make 10 threes. Tyler Herro made 10 threes. The Heat have now won 4 of their last 5 to bring their record to 15-15, reaching 500 for the first time since November 14th. But let's bring this back, David, to Tyler Herro. What's been the biggest thing that stands out to you about how Tyler Herro has played these last couple of nights?
It's the three-point shooting, but undoubtedly. He just seems to have an incredible confidence level that we haven't seen from him previously. I think that's been what really has stood out. We've already known that he's cocky, arrogant, confident, whatever you want to call it. But the three-point shooting, there's just a comfort level there that we haven't seen from him prior, and he just feels so much more comfortable. He's getting to his spots. He's taking his time. He's much more poised. He's not rushing anything. It seems like he's getting the opportunity. Yeah, there have been a couple of heat checks here and there but for the most part, I think he's really just taking his time with each and every shot and just seizing what the defense gives him, and then taking advantage of those opportunities. I think that's really what it is. He hasn't really been attacking the basket much. He hasn't had to. He hasn't been getting to the line much, but again, he doesn't really have to because the three-point shot's there. He's been able to get to his mid-range shots on occasion when he needs to, but for the most part, it's just been everything that he's done from the perimeter has been so dangerous, wide open looks, and he's just capitalizing on every one of them.
15 of his 20 shots tonight from three-point range. He goes 10 of 15 overall. It is the three-point shooting, but it's different. It's not just, hey, he's feeling it and the shots are going in. It's different. He keeps talking the last couple nights after each game. Hey, the coaches are telling me to just shoot when I'm open, to just the catch and shoot stuff has been such a priority. And it's something that you and I talked about quite a bit. I remember the big Zach Lowe piece about, hey, maybe he should be used maybe more like Klay Thompson as opposed to being CJ McCollum, the way that he had been used. And earlier in the season, I was kind of wondering, are we ever going to see that? His catch and shoot numbers are elite, top 1% in the league, elite. Klay Thompson level, elite. That's not an opinion. That's a fact based on his stats last year. And they didn't really get to it a whole lot. And I didn't know, is that Tyler Herro? Is that the coaching staff? It was just a lot more of Tyler Herro trying to be in that conversation with Luka and Trae Young and dribble the air out of the ball. Not to say that he wasn't doing well. He was still getting his numbers as part of the starting lineup. He was efficient and all these things. But you just felt like there was another level for him to reach if he were to embrace some of that off-ball stuff and the catch and shoot stuff. And the coaches have been trying to tilt his game more in that direction because he's saying that. He's telling us this. And the numbers bear it out. When the shots are just easier, when he allows those easy shots to just be part of his shooting diet, his numbers look like they have 35 points 24 hours ago, 41 points just a few minutes ago. This is that next level. And if Tyler Herro fully embraces this going forward, this does represent a leap for him, I believe, because now you've got all that stuff that he can do on the ball, all the playmaking and that stuff that we've talked about all season long that has obviously gone up to another level with the assists and all that kind of stuff, plus the rebounding, plus just being able to be this catch and shoot threat who is just DEFCON level, red alert. Hey, if he's coming off the screen and he's open, if you're a defense, you are panicked, right? Because he's that level of a shooter. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the league. And by the way, not just the catch and shoot stuff, which has been a bigger part of his diet, like I said, but you look at his pull-up numbers, and they're incredible. They're also there with like the Steph Curry, Damian Lillard stuff. Not an opinion, a fact based on the percentage, and the volume is up there too. So I think it's all of this. He's just making really good decisions. He's getting off the ball faster. He's not taking those catch and shoot opportunities and just kind of taking those ones and letting them go and then dribbling and meandering into a tough 17-footer. He's just taking what comes with him. He's not going into an offensive set with a preconceived notion of what it's going to look like. He's just feeling the game at another level, and he's being efficient with it. And that, to me, is what stands out to me about his game.
There was one play there that I really liked, and I don't think he would have been able to finish with as much ease today. He kind of drove towards I think I want to say he was towards not quite the painted area, but just outside of it. But he was able to, he had Jalen Green on him, just put the ball down. And with that improved strength that we know he worked on all offseason, was able to create just enough space. That had been the knock on Tyler. Can he create space with his limited strength, limited athleticism, the short arms, whatever negative you want to point to what he has physically? And he's been able to continue to work on that by improving that strength. And he was able to push off Green. Now, Green's not a great defender, obviously, still a young player, still figuring things out, but he just bullied him, pushed him off, created that space, rose up, knocked down the mid-range jumper with ease. And I also noticed that towards the fourth quarter there, they were having Caleb Martin bring the ball up without Kyle Lowry, without Gabe Vincent, no point guard there. They had Caleb Martin bringing the ball up, and that allowed him to work, as you were pointing out, more off ball. Herro could just kind of get to his spots, create that space, use screens, etc., catch the ball, and then go to work. And I think that's been a really effective part of the coaching, recognizing, you know what? Tyler's got the hot hand. He's playing at an incredible other level right now. Let's go to him. Let's work it. Let's make sure that we can get everything that we can from him in order to help him carry us to victory.
Yeah, one other example of it was that 30-footer that he hit in the second half. He just comes around the screen. The Rockets, they don't necessarily go under, but they don't play all the way up out to 30 feet because Tyler Herro doesn't really – he's taken those shots before, but that's not like – he's not doing it the way that Damian Lillard and Steph Curry do it. You're not really worried about it. And he just pulled up because he was feeling it. And I'm okay with that. I love that. Tyler Herro should be pulling up from 30 feet. The difference between spacing the floor from 24 feet to 30 feet is a big one. That's why guys like Damian Lillard or Steph Curry are so valuable as floor spacers. That's why they earn that reputation and create that gravity, because it's one thing for a defender to come up over the screen and fight over that screen when you're just over the three-point line. It's another thing to strike fear in a your defender when you're just crossing half court. And that's where Damian Lillard and Steph Curry have gotten to. Tyler Herro is obviously not there yet, but keep pulling up from 30 feet. I'm good with it because he can shoot that. And John Crotty actually pointed this out. And by the way, shout out to John Crotty too, while we're giving shout outs. I thought he's actually been quite good this season as an analyst. Yeah. He's pointed out some really valuable things. Mentioned how Tyler Herro does such a good job of getting his legs under him and getting that lift on his threes. And that's why Tyler Herro can pull up from deep and so quickly too. He's not just fast to get his legs under him and get set and then get his shoulders square towards the basket. He gets he has real strength in that lower body that gives him lift and balance. And that's why you can pull up from 30 feet and have it be a decently efficient look for him. So I love it. I want to see more of it.
Is he an all-star?
He's what? He might be Miami's leading scorer after these last couple of nights, right? I know that he's 20 point something. He's just a hair below Bam, and I think he's like almost a point below Jimmy Butler. So he might actually be their leading scorer. Is he an all-star? He's playing like it right now. I don't know what'll end up happening. It's a loaded guard kind of group in the Eastern Conference, but if he keeps playing like this, he's going to have a real case. Yeah, I don't think he was before this week. I don't think.
No, I know. It's just I wonder how much the perception of him around the league changes based on these last two games, because now we're seeing it not just in efficiency and volume. And it just, again, you have to worry about his playmaking because he still has that incorporated there. On a night where no Kyle Lowry, he still had to handle the ball quite a bit. He was still making plays for others. But when he's taking that shot and he's looking as comfortable as he does, and he has that timing, like maybe it's just a matter of being in his fourth year and understanding exactly how to read these defenses more effectively rather than rushing shots or pulling up too quickly. It just seems like he's at another level offensively than what he ever has been. And that's, look, the bar was already really high. He was already, prior to the season, Miami's best bucket getter. And now he's just improving to maybe one of the best in the NBA.